皆さんこんにちは、佐藤です。今日のレッスンはレッスン28。In the previous lesson, we learned about plain forms. Today, we're gonna learn how to combine the plain forms with different forms. では始めましょう。Let's get started. When you change polite forms to plain forms, you can simply drop des most of the time. When it's a verb, use its dictionary forms or knife forms, which we learned last time. If you are not sure about these, please watch the previous lesson video. 元気ですか？はい、元気です。元気 is a not adjective and it means healthy or energetic. 元気ですか is used as Are you good? How are you? Are you doing well? 元気ですか？はい、元気です。These are polite speech. Please change this conversation to casual speech using plain forms. 元気ですか? This one is quite easy to change. Please just drop des and question mark a ka at the end. So it's gonna be just 元気? 元気? And the answer for this question is 元気. 元気. is a casual version of はい。元気? 元気. It's quite simple, isn't it? What if the answer is no? No, I'm not good. First, how do you say that in polite speech? How do you make the negative form of not adjective? いいえ、元気じゃないです。元気じゃないです。So this is a polite one. If you don't remember how to conjugate adjectives, please watch lesson 19 and 20. いいえ、元気じゃないです。When we change this to casual speech, it's gonna be 元気じゃない。So in casual composition, はい is and いいえ is Let's do some more practice for casual composition. 忙しい忙しい忙しい is an it adjective, which means busy. So 忙しい Are you busy? And it's a casual speech. 忙しい So you can ask that to your family members or close friends. 忙しい Are you busy now? If the answer is yes, 忙しい忙しい Yes, I'm busy. And if the answer is no, 忙しくない忙しくない Negative form of it adjective. くない忙しくない日本語は簡単日本語は簡単日本語 is Japanese language. And 簡単 is a not adjective and it means easy. Is Japanese easy? If the answer is yes, 簡単簡単 If the answer is no, what's the negative form of 簡単 It's a not adjective, so 簡単じゃない簡単じゃない明日学校に行きますかはい、行きます I've already explained this before, but in daily conversation we often drop particles like this one, に Particle に here is not necessary in this situation because it's obvious that the school is the destination. And this particle can be dropped both in polite and casual speech. But I'm not gonna drop these particles during my lessons because I wanted to get used to using them in order to fully understand their functions. But I just wanted to know that Japanese people often drop particles in daily conversation. 明日、学校に行きますか? Are you gonna go to school tomorrow? Will you go to school tomorrow? How do you say that in a casual way? 明日、学校に What is the dictionary form of 行きます? 明日、学校に行く 明日学校に行く？明日学校に行く？はい、行きます。Casual version of はい is and dictionary form 行く。Please repeat after me. 明日学校に行く？行く。What if the answer is no? No, I'm not gonna go to school tomorrow. What is the plain form of 行きません? Do you remember ない form, which we learned in the last lesson? What is the ない form of 行く to go? ないフォームは何ですか? いいえ is ないフォーム of 行く is 行かない。行かない。Remember the last sound 行く、く change it to the top a sound in the same ひらがな line. So 行く、かきくけこ、いか and add ない、行かない。If you don't remember this, please review the previous lesson. Please repeat after me. 明日学校に行く？行かない。Let's review and practice plain forms more. よく魚を食べる？よく魚を食べる？よく means often, and 魚 is a fish. So よく魚を食べる means do you often eat fish? 食べる is this root verb, root verb, irregular verb, which one? 食べる is a root verb. So if the answer is yes, it's simple. 食べる食べる You don't have to change the form of the verb. If the answer is no, 食べる is a root verb. How do you conjugate root verbs when you want to make ない form? Just drop る and add ない。So 食べない食べない。When you answer, you can drop the subject 魚を because it's obvious that we are talking about fish right now. So you can just say 食べる食べない。毎日日本語を話す？毎日 every day 日本語を話す？ Do you speak Japanese every day? 毎日日本語を話す？ I hope you do. 話す is an verb. So, answer yes is easy. 話す話す。And if the answer is no, what's the ない form of 話す話す It's an verb, so change the sound. 話す話さない話さない話さない今日勉強する？今日勉強する？今日 today 勉強する？ Are you gonna study? Do you study? And 勉強する something する is called する verb and する is an irregular verb. Yes 勉強する and in this case you can just say するする you can drop the part 勉強 because する verb is a combination of noun and する So when you answer, you don't have to put this noun when it's obvious. If the answer is no, what's the negative form of する？しないしない日本語は難しい？日本語は難しい？難しい is an it adjective and it means difficult. Is Japanese difficult? If it's yes, 難しい難しい And if it's no, how do you conjugate e adjectives? Drop e at the end and add くない So, 難しくない難しくない It's not difficult. 明日暇明日暇明日 tomorrow and 暇 means not busy or free and it's a not adjective. So if the answer is yes, 暇 it's simple, 暇. If the answer is no, how do you conjugate not adjectives? What's the negative form of 暇? 暇じゃない暇じゃない暇じゃないユミは学生ユミは学生学生 is a student and it's a noun. When it's a noun, 学生学生 and if the answer is no, 学生じゃない学生じゃない学生じゃない To describe what you think, we use plain form plus と思いますと思いますと is a quotation particle which does the job of that or quotation marks. And 思います is a must form of the verb 思う to think. When you want to say I think blah blah blah, please combine plain forms and と思います明日学校に行く is I'm gonna go to school tomorrow. If you wanna say I think I'll go to school tomorrow, I think. Just combine the plain form and と思います明日学校に行く This is already a plain form. And just add と思います明日学校に行くと思います So 明日学校に行く This part is a plain and casual speech. But when it's combined with polite form と思います The whole sentence turns into a polite speech. You can also say 明日学校に行くと思う明日学校に行くと思う思う is a dictionary form of 思います So 明日学校に行くと思う This is a casual speech. So please look at the end of the sentence if you want to know if it's polite or casual speech. Please repeat after me. 行くと思います学校に行くと思います明日学校に行くと思います日本語は難しい Japanese is difficult. How do you say I think Japanese is difficult? 日本語は難しい This is a plain form. 日本語は難しい Just add と思います日本語は難しいと思います Please repeat after me. 難しいと思います日本語は難しいと思います So combine plain forms with と思います So 行く to go 行くと思います I think I'll go かわいい cute かわいいと思います I think it's cute However, please note that you cannot say きれいと思います I think it's beautiful or 学生と思います I think she or he is a student If it's a not adjective or noun, you need to add だ here きれいだと思います学生だと思いますこのビーチはきれい This beach is beautiful or clean If you want to say I think this beach is clean, beautiful このビーチはきれいと思いますこのビーチはきれいと思います This is a common mistake きれい is a not adjective, so please don't forget to add that here. このビーチは綺麗だと思います。Please repeat after me. 綺麗だと思います。このビーチは綺麗だと思います。How do you say, I think Yumi is a student? Say Yumi is a student first, and then add と思います。I think. ユミは学生と思います。ユミは学生と思います。Don't forget to add that, because 学生 student is a noun. ユミは学生だと思います。Please repeat after me. 学生だと思います。ユミは学生だと思います。Please don't forget to add that when you combine not adjectives or nouns with と思います。This that is required in some situations, and it's not only about と思います。So please remember that not adjectives and nouns can be irregular ones. What about negative forms? I think I'm not going. 行かないと思います。So 行かない is a noun form of 行く to go. So 行かない。行かないと思います。And 可愛くない is a negative form of 可愛い。可愛くないと思います。And 綺麗じゃないと思います。I think it's not beautiful. And then 学生じゃないと思います。I think she or he is not a student. It's more common in Japanese to say something ないと思います。And it's like I think that something is not the case. It's more common to say this than something と思いません。I don't think. You know, in English you say, I don't think blah blah blah. But in Japanese it's more common to say something ないと思います。I think that's not the case. Please repeat after me, starting from this one. 行かない。行かないと思います。可愛くないと思います。綺麗じゃないと思います。学生じゃないと思います。Please translate the following sentences into Japanese using と思います。The first one is I think Aya drinks beer. Beer is ビール、ビール。And the second one is I think Aya doesn't drink beer. Please pause the video and make two sentences. I think Aya drinks beer. Aya はビールを What's the verb for to drink? Aya はビールを飲む。飲む。And then, if we want to say I think, just add と思います。Aya はビールを飲むと思います。Please repeat after me. 飲むと思います。Aya はビールを飲むと思います。What about this one? I think Aya doesn't drink beer. So, Aya はビールを飲むと思います。You have to change this part 飲む to drink to negative form. Aya はビールを What's the negative ない form of 飲む飲まない飲まない飲まないAya はビールを飲まない と思います。Please repeat after me. 飲まないと思います。ビールを飲まないと思います。あやはビールを飲まないと思います。Next one. I think Ken is Japanese. And the second one is I think Ken is not Japanese. Again, please pause the video and make 2 sentences. I think Ken is Japanese. Ken は How do you say Japanese person? Ken は日本人。Ken は日本人。And add と思います。Ken は日本人と思います。Is this correct? Ken は日本人と思います。日本人 This part is a noun. So, if it's a noun or not adjective, you need to add the here. Ken は日本人だと思います。Please repeat after me. 日本人だと思います。Ken は日本人だと思います。What about this one? I think Ken is not Japanese. So please change this part to negative form. Ken は日本人じゃないと思います。In negative version, you don't need this the. Ken は日本人じゃないと思います。Please repeat after me. 日本人じゃないと思います。Ken は日本人じゃないと思います。東京は寒いですか？東京は寒いですか？ Is it cold in Tokyo? When someone asks you a question like this, but you don't know the exact answer, this と思います pattern can be really useful. You can answer like 寒いと思います。I think it's cold. 寒くないと思います。I think it's not cold. We use this と思います a lot in our daily life. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have time, please leave a comment using と思います。Thank you so much for watching. ありがとうございました。